Hello and welcome to today's short video. Today, a quick comparison of some stone paper. Now, this is the stone paper that I have looked at in the past and spoken about a few times. And now I want to say stone paper is not generally used for fountain pens. Firstly, liquid ink performance on stone paper just isn't wonderful. You can use markers, you can use ballpoints, you can use pencils, all that stuff. Liquid ink just doesn't look great on this paper. It also doesn't dry particularly well, and also if you're using fountain pens, there is always talk about stone paper actually being bad for the nibs. So because it's a different texture of paper, it's a different kind of paper. Not that it's grinding the nibs necessarily, just that it can, it's just a bit more abrasive and all of that kind of thing. It is made from, this is Karst brand, which is an Australian brand, well-known brand of stone paper. And it's made from the waste from quarries and things like that. So it's not necessarily recycled so much as it is using waste product effectively. So it is good, it's good thick paper, and it's tear resistant and all of that kind of stuff. If you look at the belly band of it here, this is one of these little A5 journals. It says, waterproof and tear resistant, recyclable and tree-free paper, 6% lower carbon footprint, friction-free writing, and then says over here that it's the size of it, which is basically A5, and it's 144 GSM. So basics of the paper. What I've decided is I'm going to do a little writing sample in this, but I'm also going to do a writing sample in this. And this particular book is the whole reason for this video. This book is from Kmart in Australia. Kmart, yes, that department store that sells, cheap t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, have a stone paper notebook. This sticker is normally on the plastic. I just put it on here because it's an important sticker in my opinion. But here it says tree-free. The pages inside are made from stone, tear-resistant, once again, tough and durable for writing your notes and ideas, and soft touch, super smooth texture for comfort writing. It says our stone paper is tear-resistant, 100% tree-free, and smoother than traditional paper. Has 128 pages, 144 GSM, same as the Karst, and it is a hardcover. Karst also make a hardcover notebook, very similar to this, which costs closer to $40. The Kmart one is $7. Yes, $7. Okay, the reason I put this sticker on the front here as opposed to being on the plastic that covers it, it says use with ballpoint pens and pencils. So nowhere on the Karst product do they mention not using particular things. In fact, I'm sure at some point they've said the opposite. At least this is up front. Now, they haven't said don't use fountain pens, but they said use with ballpoint pens and pencils. It gives a really good idea of what will work on this paper. So I have four things. Firstly, a pencil, which is a Blackwing Volumes, one, which I adore. A Bic ballpoint pen. A Pentel Energel pen, which is an inkier, gel refill. And then I am going to write on it with a fountain pen. I have a Pilot Varsity. This is the only sort of pen I will write with on stone paper. These are basically disposable fountain pens, but they're super resilient as well. So I'm going to do a writing sample with all four of those in both of these books, and then I'm just going to vaguely quickly talk about the paper. So let's get started. I'm going to do these in the back because that is traditionally where I do my writing samples. So we have the Karst stone paper with a Blackwing pencil, and I am going to do an eraser test. First thing I will say is with the Blackwing pencil here, they say it's a smooth writing surface. It almost feels kind of cushiony. You can feel you can feel it sort of every now and again if there's a sharp edge sort of gripping in the page, which is one of the things personally I have found a little hard to take with the stone paper. Then we'll just get a Bic ballpoint. There's a little back pocket here, and every time I write over that, it's sort of catching. That's what is going on there. So this is a Bic ballpoint pen. I'm going to do a smear test of that. And then, as I said, we have a Pentel Energel. This is the 07. And once again, I'm going to do a smear test of that. So it is a very cushy, smooth surface to write on. It is, you know, it's okay. Pilot, Varsity, fountain pen. Okay. So, smear test. Yeah, there's a bit of a smear going on there, but not a whole lot. A bit more from the gel pen. In fact, that's still, like after that time, it's still got a glint of wetness to it. And the Pilot Varsity, yeah, that's going to smear right back to the start. So, because this paper is very smooth, very textured, things do take generally a lot longer to dry on it. But as you would expect, nothing comes through, but you can see how soft that paper is by almost like how it's sort of been embossed on the reverse of the page there. Very soft. But yes, it is. Let's put this on its side. Well, we managed to get a tear in it, but you can see it bent and you know, sort of flexed and stretched before it tore. But very interesting. Lots to like about the Karst paper if you're not using fountain pens. Like the colours, they look okay. The Pentel Energel, like it does take longer to dry, but it is writing okay. Now I've done a little bit of a video on the Karst paper. If you want to watch that, you can find that here on my channel. But now let's look at this Kmart stone paper, just so we can get a bit of a comparison between the two. So this is lined as well. There's some marks on the page, but that's not from me. This is a brand new notebook. Okay, so we have the Kmart stone paper with the black wing. Okay. I would say same as the other brand. Bit of a smear. Yep, that's still smearing. And of course, that's still completely wet, as you would expect. It feels very similar, I have to say. Now, in terms of the tearing, basically, let's have a look at these in comparison. I would say they perform in that respect pretty similarly. The texture of the paper is incredibly similar. The Karst might be ever so slightly whiter, but not by a lot, really. It's the same weight. It looks and performs incredibly similarly. Incredibly so. Like, of course, all stone paper by its nature is going to have certain similarities. But it's really interesting from my perspective to see this $7 Kmart stone paper notebook perform on par in terms of the paper quality as the Karst there. As there's a number of other brands as well. Oh, let's just do that quick eraser test while I think of it. Just a Tombow Mono eraser. And I would say they also perform very similarly. So if you like the Karst stone paper here in Australia, and or any stone paper, and you are, but you know it is expensive, and we're all looking to you know, save a few dollars here and there, why not give this Kmart version a go? It's a hardcover notebook, as I said. So I can't yet talk about the binding. It's got a ribbon and all that kind of stuff, and can't talk about the durability, but it's got good weight. It's sturdy. It's got a good amount of pages. It only comes in a couple of color options, this sort of slatey grey version and a sort of more pinky version that I could see at my local Kmart. That's $7. That's pretty decent money. So if you like stone paper, might be something to think about. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your paper.